This YouTube stuff, it is not easy. Welcome to episode 1. But before we get started, there's just one thing I have to grab, so I'll be right back and we'll get right into it. Chocolate milk. Huh? What? Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm a 5-year-old. Absolutely. Chocolate milk is probably my favorite thing in the world. So I know that I told you guys in my Bear Talks this week that I was going to share with you some attractions at Universal Studios and Islands Adventure that I really enjoy. Here they are. At Universal Studios, I really like Men in Black, Alien Attack, and I will go on The Simpsons, but it's not really my favorite. I haven't tried Transformers yet, but I'm planning to do so, so be looking out for that in a future episode. Over in Islands of Adventure, I really do enjoy the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man. I mean, it actually is amazing. And I will go on at anything in Seuss Landing, except for one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, because it's a trap. Don't follow the directions in the song because just trust me. Trust me. I want to talk to you guys about the incredibly difficult process that was behind the video that I posted this past Tuesday. Everything that could go wrong absolutely went wrong with that video in trying to get it up onto YouTube. After I had posted my first 2 videos, I was ready to jump right in and post a third one. But I knew that I wanted to get better. I wanted to become a better creator and a better storyteller. The one way that I knew I could take my videos to another level and make them better was by adding visuals for the places that I was talking about. I needed B-roll. And so I knew what I wanted to do for my third video, and I was going to talk about the Universal Orlando Resort. I wanted to compare the 2 theme parks there, Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios. So I was like, awesome, I need video of the places and the things that I'm comparing in the 2 parks. So I packed up my bag and my camera and all my gear, and I headed out to Universal. I planned to film both parks in one day. Well, long story short, that plan did not even come close to happening. I mean, it took me 4 separate days just to get the footage that you guys saw on Tuesday. That first day that I went to Universal, that footage was terrible. I mean, it was shaky, the colors were wrong, things that were supposed to be in focus were out of focus. I was trying to shoot in slow motion and forgot to change the settings on the camera so that I could shoot slow motion. On top of that, I spent 8 hours at Universal and I only filmed in one park. Islands of Adventure was the only footage I had. I mean, I was so discouraged that I actually erased all of my footage right then and there, just reformatted the memory card. I was at such a low that I actually called my dad while I was still in the park. And you know what? He didn't say anything special or anything prophetic, but in his just dad-like way, he turned me around. The conversation made me realize that I am the truest definition of a beginner with all of this. I mean, I've picked up cameras in the past, but I was never trying to use a camera to this level before. Using a camera like this is a skill, and any skill can be learned. It just takes time and work. So in order to learn, you have to do. Skills can only be perfected by doing. So I decided that I was going to go home that night and I was going to practice. I started practicing that night and I was going to go back the next day. And so I did. I packed up my bag, threw it in the car again, went back the next day, and oh my goodness, my footage was still terrible. I was pissed. I was so upset again. I was like, what am I doing wrong? Nothing that I was doing was working. I had to try to figure something out. And so I started looking at how I could get my footage to look the way I wanted it to look, how I could get it to the best place possible. And so I decided that I should invest. I should buy some equipment to help me with the skills that I was trying to perfect. I went out and I bought a Zhiyun Crane V2 3-axis motorized gimbal stabilizer. I know, it's a mouthful, but it works. Basically, what this does is it takes all the shake out of the camera. It keeps the camera steady even when I'm walking. This way, I get that nice smooth footage and a really great look. I also decided that I was going to switch cameras. So originally I was using a Panasonic Lumix G7, which is an incredible camera for filmmaking. I mean, it shoots 4K in flat color profiles, and it has all these really great features, again, for filmmaking. And this camera is great in controlled environments. So in a studio setup or at a location where you could set up lighting and really control the environment that you're in is where the Lumix is going to shine. I needed something that was better in a run and gun situation, just being out and about. I decided that the best camera for me in that situation was gonna be the Canon Rebel SL2. Canon's autofocus, their color science, and their lens selection is what made me go with Canon, and honestly, the SL2 was absolutely the best choice for me. Now, I want to say this, the equipment does not make the video. You still need to make the video. But it's almost like all those skills that I was practicing and trying to perfect were amplified and refined by the equipment that I was adding to my setup. And so I went back to Universal for 2 more days, and the footage that I got is footage that I could be proud of. I finally had a complete video to put up onto YouTube that I was just so happy with. And you know what? It's all because I didn't let discouragement keep me down. It's okay to fail. It's okay to get kicked right in the teeth. There are so many people who are talking about this on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram and Twitter about failing and embracing failure. And it's true. It's absolutely true. But what happens when you finally realized that you did fail? I played music for 15 years of my life, and that's what I was planning to do. I was going to be a professional musician and tour the world and have everything that went along with that. But I failed. But I never reached that goal that I had always envisioned for myself. Instead, I'm sitting in my apartment in Florida talking to a camera. Instead of just saying, yeah, I don't play music anymore, I decided to take those skills that I had learned in my 15-year musical career, the skills of storytelling and performing and putting myself out there and expressing myself in a creative way. I decided to put those into a new medium. I decided to put them into a new channel. Punny. So get out there. Fail. Get kicked in the teeth. Then figure out what happens from there. A kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, interact however you want with this video. I will see you out there somewhere. And remember, there's a great big beautiful tomorrow.